I begin with a memory shiver, a recollection of my first steps as a young admin officer at Kenilworth in the 1980s. The factory looms in the background, its red brick walls and tiled roof standing like sentinels over the rolling green slopes. I am drawn to the memory of the office on the right corner where history once pressed its weight on every chair. The weight of history lingers in the faded arms of that chair, a chill that travels through the room as if unseen footsteps echo. As the memory shifts, the scene transports me to 1930s Kenilworth, where mercy and justice met the sharp edge of fate. Mr. Jeffries, a superintendent of quiet integrity, embodies mercy tempered with a stern sense of duty. The theft of Rs 2000 becomes the hinge on which mercy will turn toward a perilous test. Jeffries offers a month for restitution, a grace note in a world where discipline usually brooks no fault. On the final day, the only sound is the clock ticking as the plan to recover the funds unfolds unseen. Mr. Jeffries sits, expecting restitution, when danger lurks in the quiet behind the door. The moment arrives in a flash. A shot, a collapse, and the room falls into a horrifying silence. The clerk's betrayal twins with the superintendent's mercy and seals a terrible fate. Down by the bungalow, Mrs. Jeffries' misread sounds as hunting. Unaware the truth stalks nearer than pigs in the field. The reality arrives in echoes. The husband's mercy becomes the estate's darkest hour. The estate's beauty masks a cruel twist of fate that would haunt the Central Hills for years. Back in the 1980s, I sit at that remembered chair and hear the corridor's distant footsteps again. The chair seems to breathe with the weight of both mercy and consequence in equal measure. I imagine the very moment the clerk reached for a hidden gun. Tragedy. The estate's green hills cradle both memory and guilt as fog drifts and the season turns. Accounts and words drift like steam from a kettle, tracing the geometry of loss across the estate maps. In this colonial world, power and mercy stood side by side, a delicate balance that history took away. The tragedy is not solely the gunshot, but the price of trust misplaced in an era of stern discipline. As the memory shifts again, the scent of tea leaves and the sound of distant drums remind me of the estate's heartbeat. The Kenilworth story, though sealed in tragedy, continues to shape the hills where workers' lives unfold. This episode interlaces my own 1980s memory with the 1930s tragedy, creating a chain of memory across time. The weight of memory settles like mist on the hills, and I am both witness and survivor of these stories. If mercy is a virtue, this tale insists that mercy carries a price no one should bear alone. The story demands to be told, not to glorify violence, but to illuminate the human complexity beneath a colonial canopy. As the episode closes, the estate remains an emerald thread in Sri Lanka's tapestry, forever tied to